welcome back to my channel. I'm Tatiana and today I'm going to show you how to play the major scale on the bass guitar. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or not, playing scales is good for everyone. So grab your bass and let's start. Okay, now there is a question. Why do we actually need to play scales? First, to train the hand, so that all fingers know their positions on the fretboard, one finger, one fret usually, and they are all ready to move properly. Second, to stretch the hand. If you think that your hand is too small for the bass guitar, practice more scales and you will see that you can do it. Third, the most important point, to learn the hand positions associated with the chords. It helps us to play the bass lines and the solos. I remember when I just started having lessons on how to play on the bass, I worked a lot and I worked night shifts and I had day work at the same time, and often when it was time to sit and practice, I was absolutely exhausted. A few times I woke up because sleeping in the sitting position was uncomfortable, and I realized that all that time I had been going on playing those scales. I didn't stop even falling asleep. As you can see, these exercises don't require much of the brain work, but they're still very helpful in setting up your physical ability to play on the bass. Okay, what are the scales actually? The scale is a set of sounds that are used in a row, and they're used usually all together, like a color palette for design. There are some different scales, and the major scale is one of the most common and the most important of them. Major scales sound different from minor scales. Major scales give us a feeling of joy, some uplifting feeling, some light. It actually doesn't have anything to do with the physics of sound itself, it's just how our perception, how our brains work. This is a graph from the book How Music Really Works by Wayne Chase. You can find it online if you want. The most popular songs are written in major keys. Look how much more! Major keys are very popular. In major keys, most of chords and scales used are major. I probably shall make a video about the differences between keys, scales, and chord progressions, shall I? The major scale is made up of 7 sounds. It looks like a mystical number because we have 7 colors for the rainbow, 7 days in a week, and 7 dwarfs for Snow White. The major scales follow the specific pattern: 2 tones, semitone, 3 tones, semitone, then it just repeats again. 2 tones, semitone, 3 tones, semitone, or you can just repeat it from the top. For a bass player, it means that here, for the tone, you have 2 frets difference between notes, and for a semitone, you have only 1 fret difference between the notes. Let's see what it looks like on the bass. We'll start with the C major scale. Place your finger on the fret 3 on the A string. This is your root tone, the note C. For playing that scale, I need to go 2 tones up. First tone up, second tone up, a semitone now. Now 3 tones up. 1, 2, 3, a semitone. So this is C again, and I played the whole octave from this C to this C. In music we have just 7 notes, mystical number, and they just repeat A, B, C, D, F, G, A, B, C, D, F, G. So that was C note and that was C again. You probably already know that if you press the string on the fret 5, it'll be the same sound like the next string open. So, when you press it here, playing the C major scale, this sound can be replaced with an open string here. And you can start counting from the open string. So you just played one tone up, you need to play another tone up, and you can count it from the open string and find it here, 2nd fret. Now there is a semitone. Now you need to play 3 tones up, so the 1st fret, the same, you see, this is the fret number 5, so it equals the open string. And you can start counting the tones on this open string. 2 tones left, I believe, and this is 1, and this is 1 more. Now we need to play a semitone, and this is another C. This is the octave. It means that you can play the scale not only on one string for a very long distance, but also you can use fingering in one position. Look what it looks like. On paper it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is the same note as 1 again, so it's the same note. We have only 7, 8 repeats. Great. Now let's play the C major scale together, take your best, with the metronome. And I will set up my tempo, not very fast, something like, let's say, 94 BPM. If you feel comfortable with this tempo, there are 2 ways how to challenge yourself. First, you can just increase the tempo, and the second one, you can play 2 notes per beat. This is the same tempo. The good thing about positional playing on the bass is that you can learn the scale once and use it in different positions for different root tones, and the fingering will be absolutely the same. For C major scale, you started playing with the note C. For D major scale, you just need to find the root tone, it's here, and the fingering will be absolutely the same. Find another root tone, let's say, I don't know, C here. A major scale. You just find the root tone and use the same fingering. Later, when you are confident enough, you can practice some major scales for 2 octaves. It's a good exercise for changing fingers on the fretboard and for making a sustained sound when you are shifting your positions. For example, playing the C major scale for 2 octaves, I can shift my positions 2 ways, on the string A or on the string D. On the string A, it looks like this. On the string D, it looks like this. You can choose what option you like more. Now some tips. Remember to use your middle finger to start playing the major scale. We use it also for playing the major triad arpeggios. Recently I made a video about how to play arpeggios, check it out if you want. Practice this pattern for the major scale until you feel comfortable with it. You can start practicing the major scale in any place on the fretboard, and if you don't feel good enough here in the low positions where the distance between the frets is pretty big, you can start playing somewhere higher where the distance is smaller and it's more comfortable for your hand. And later you will be able to shift your hand in the lower positions. One more little tip for playing scales is micro shifting. You can use some little movements to reach the position for your finger. Microshifting is very helpful when you think that your hand isn't big enough. However, even people with very big hands use it sometimes. You know, these days even little kids demonstrate their fantastic abilities to play the bass, and they of course have small hands. Sure thing you can do this. When you know how to play the major scale, you can find out some familiar tunes on the bass like this. like this. That's it for today's lesson on how to play the major scales on the bass. Keep practicing, and very soon you will be able to play it very smoothly and confidently from any root tone. If you found this video helpful, please give it thumbs up. It helps my channel grow and it helps me produce more handy tutorials for bass players. The subscribe button is down below, please don't forget it so that you never miss the next video. If you have any questions or if there is anything specific you want to learn next, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching and happy practicing!